Hi everyone! So pirate parties are the most fun to throw. I've thrown a few over the last few years, and my most recent one, I grabbed up my camera and quickly just filmed some of my props just so I could show you guys how I decorate. Now there's two parts to this video. I'm going to quickly talk through the three main props that if I used nothing else, this completely sets the scene. So that's the second part, is I'm going to take you through and just show you a bit more of the detail that kind of adds a bit more of that authentic feel. So the first thing I add in is ferns and palms. It automatically sets a feel for tropical, Caribbean, landed on a deserted island. If you're throwing a party and you live in an apartment, ferns and palms are great indoor pot plants. So you can buy them beforehand and keep them afterwards then as your home decor. The second prop I really use a lot of is painter's drop cloth, or also known as painter's canvas. You get them from a hardware store and you just drape them. I mean, for me, I throw my parties outside, so I drape them over beams. You know, if you're inside, you can drape them over your bookshelves, or you can use them as a tablecloth. There's just so many uses for it. And to finish it off, I often add like a little bit of rope just to kind of make it look like a ship's sail, especially the ones that are draped. Third prop is skulls. So if you are into Halloween, you might have a stash of these someplace anyways. I, might toss some of the skulls into a basket, sometimes a few of them. At other parties, I've put them onto stakes and placed them around the yard, or you can also pop them onto the table as well. So next we're looking at the detail. I mean, you can keep going and going when it comes to decorating, so you feel like you have suddenly just walked into Pirates of the Caribbean or Treasure Island. So after the ferns, the canvas, and the skulls comes my wine barrel. So that is a big prop, and I often use it as a drinks table as well. So it's kind of a place where kind of people hover around, and it kind of creates that ship's feel a whole lot more as well. To add to that ship's feel, I also toss in wooden baskets and also wooden boxes. Some of them I will chuck in like these fake crabs and lobsters. In a canvas bag, I end up tossing in things like potatoes or apples, things that they might have taken onto a ship with them. So I guess what I would call my secondary props are very specific to Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. So the first one is my Admiral Benbow signage. The Admiral Benbow Inn is the first scene in Treasure Island when Jim Hawkins first meets Billy Bones. So I've actually got a tutorial on my blog, so I will add the link below so you can see how I made it. The second prop is my Pirates Treasure Map tablecloth that I hand drew using Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island map from the book. So again, it's just a canvas drop cloth that fits my table. Grabbed permanent black marker and some paints, and I drew on treasure chests, a ship, a compass, and headhunters. But it is where everyone sits for dinner, so I thought I was going to put in that little bit extra effort for my tablecloth. So from here, there's lots of other things. So there's old-fashioned lighting. Basically, I made that using a wagon wheel, and I used some rough rope and used that to tie to become like a chandelier. To add extra lighting, I also made sure I had large glass jars with real wax candles, and those ones I did light up. Then of course there's all the other essentials. So you've got like a pirate flag and a skeleton that's hanging by its feet. We've got parrots, tiki lamps. We often had a container with like faux pistols and cutlasses. And if you've got, say, like the small wooden chest, sometimes I will chuck jewels into that. At other times I've used it to hold my cutlery. So as you can see, there is so much that you can do for decorating your own pirate party. If there is one piece of advice I will send off with you guys, it would be this. If you don't have a lot of props, try to contain your space that you're decorating in. It means that you can clump your props together, and it's going to create more impact than if they were spread out thinly around the space. So just because I've done my party this way does not mean this is the only way. You might take all your props and use them on a dinner table as a big centerpiece. Or, if you've got a food table, maybe you want to decorate the wall behind you or bookshelves. So it's got this one centerpiece, and it's going to draw people's attention to it and really bring your pirate party to life. And with that, you guys are set for throwing your own pirate party. If you guys go ahead and throw one yourself, I would love to see your photos. You can find me on Instagram at Bryton Taylor.